All right, guys, this is week one, day two. And basically, this day, we're just setting up some of the tools that we're going to be using. We're going to be using Visual Studio Code. So if you did go ahead and download that based off of the day one stuff, I'm going to show you how to set it up. So Chris is with me. I'm going to help him walk through setting it up. When you first click on Visual Studio Code, this will be the first thing that you'll see. Is that correct for you too as well, Chris?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So down all the way at the bottom, you'll see this. If you hover over it, you'll see this that says extensions. Go ahead and click on extensions.
Extensions.
And let me know when you get there.
Where at the bottom?
It should be on the side. On the side, you see these icons on the side of my screen? It's the bottom icon. It has a square. You have that?
Yeah.
All right, so you click on that. And then the first thing I'm going to get you guys to download is open, type in open in browser. Open in, you can type open in or open in browser, but it should be the first one that shows up by Tech ER.
Okay.
When you see that one, go ahead. It should be a install button, a green install button that you're gonna click. Click on that.
Okay.
All right, and then the next one, there's one more that I want you guys to download. It's going to be called actually it's gonna be a couple. Let's do bracket bracket pair colorizer. So search and do bracket pair colorizer. That's gonna be made by Cohenrad S.
Cohenrad S. Got it.
Go ahead and install that one. It should be an install button like this, but it'll be up here. Go ahead and click on that. And then the last one I want you guys to download is, actually, I don't know. I think that may be it, but if you want kind of a darker theme with different colors, you can download this Andromeda. ANDROMEDA. You can install that, and it may ask you to pick a theme, and I think I picked the one all the way at the bottom. Actually, let's see if I could. Yeah, it's going to ask you to select the theme, and I think, yeah, and then I selected the colorizer, Andromeda colorizer. So what that's going to do is going to help us see our code a little bit better.
Ah, okay.
Cool.
Cool.
So now basically, this is how, after you do that, go ahead and hit the X and then open it back up because it may have to do some sort of like reboot or update after maybe you do those. And I usually just close that welcome. Now,
Gotcha.
anytime you're doing something in Visual Studio Code, the first thing I like to do is, let's say you're gonna start a new project, you can right click on your screen, and then go to the new, and then go to new and hit folder. And then usually I usually name that folder the name of my project, but you can name it whatever you want. I'm just gonna name it practice. You can name it practice if you want as well. Oh wait, no, I think I already have practice on here already, so they're not gonna let me do that. So let's just do coding. Or you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna name it coding. And then we're gonna go back to the Visual Studio Code, and then we're going to go to open folder. Open folder, go to the desktop, or you can go to desktop over here on the side. You'll see desktop. Go to desktop, click the folder that you just created and do collect, and then click select folder. That's going to open your folder up over here on the side. It's going to open this folder here. And you should see buttons like new file, new folder, and things like that. Anytime you make a new, like if that's going to be your main folder, you can make a new folder in here and name it the name of your project. So let's say we just do a practice. We can make a new folder called practice. And then what you'll see is these little arrows on the side, they collapse. So you can open or collapse folders. Inside of practice, if you click on practice and then you click this plus new file, we can make a new file and we're gonna call that the name of our project. So let's just do first HTML.html. Now HTML is the name of the coding language that we're going to be using. That lets the browser know that we're going to be opening up an HTML file.
Oh.
So then we hit enter, and it's going to go into that file that we just created. Are you here with me?
Yeah.
All right. So when you get here, if you type HTML, when you first get in here, that'll pop up. You'll see some help. And what we want to do is we're going to click on this HTML file with 5, which is the current version of HTML.
Okay.
So this is going to basically start us up with a new HTML file.
Okay.
Now, if you hover over the top and you right click, you can go down to open in default browser. You see that on your screen?
Yeah.
The shortcut is Alt B, but go ahead and click on that.
Got it.
It's going to open up in a separate page, but this is going to be your first web page. You just created your first web page. It's blank, but it's created.
What?
Yeah, that's your first web page. You just created your first web page. It's blank, but you just created it.
Oh, I thought it was just like downloading somewhere.
Nope. Basically, that's what happens when you open a web page. When you first click on something and nothing shows up, this is the blank web page before it loads all the code. Now, if you see everything that's going on here, this is the makeup: HTML, open tag, close HTML. You have to have an open and a close. If you click on this, you see how it highlights the end, the closing tag as well. You see how that? Oh, you can do the same thing for head, open, close, and then body, open, close. You always have to have an open tag and a close tag. If you click on this title, we can go ahead and change the title of our web page. Let's just do first space page. First space page. And then actually here, go to file first, Chris. And then make sure this auto save check is checked. Make sure that has a check on it. So now anytime we make something, it's going to auto save for us. All right.
Gotcha.
All right, cool. So that's saved. Now let's go back to our open document that we created. You see that? You're on your blank open page that you created?
Yeah.
Hit this refresh, and then you really just named your first web page, first page.
Oh, up top on the left-hand corner.
Yep. So if this was Facebook, that's all Facebook did. We're already basically jacking off Facebook right there. we recreated Facebook. So when I hit this reload, Facebook will show.
Oh yeah, that's cool. There you go.
So you're already making your own web page right there. Now shortcuts to go back. If you made changes, a shortcut, if you do Control Z, you can go back. So let's say if I made a mistake and I erased that and I didn't want to. If I do hold Control Z, it'll undo everything that I just did.
Control Z.
Yep, Control Z. All right. Now, also, let's go ahead and click inside of the body. The first code that we're going to use is going to be if you hold Shift and then you hit the little caret. It's on the bottom row next to the M. That's how you get that little side caret. You have a right one as well. But that's how you get that. Let's type in H1. And when you type in H1, this little autocomplete shit comes up, and that should complete it for us.
Okay.
And we do the closing bracket. It should make both. It should make both if we want. If it should autocomplete the back, but if it doesn't, just type in // which is the third from the M on your keyboard, Shift, and you get that little, not Shift, but it's just regular, and you get that little backslash, and that's pretty much closing our H1.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Now you don't have to move those. Now go ahead and type your name there. I'm gonna type my name. You can do David's. I'm gonna do David's. What? Why isn't this not working? Oh, David's page. We'll do something like David's page right there. All right. David's page. Now come back over to your web page, and then you can hit reload. Now your name should pop up there. That's your page. That's the page that you're making. This H1 basically means header. And this header has 5 steps to it. It goes from 1 to 5. Now, if you go back over to your editor and you hold Control, Shift, and down. Oh, actually, I'm lying. I lied. It's Alt, Shift, and down. I'm sorry. Alt, Shift, and then hit down. You should copy and paste that. I want to do that a total of 4 times, where I have 5 altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I may have to change this to. Oh, see how I messed up? I can just do Control Z to go back, and then I do 5. I mean, I want to do 2 on the next one. I want to do 3 on the next one, 4 on the next one, and then 5 on the last one. Now you have to do the same thing on the closing tags. So I want to do 2 on the first one, 3 on the next one, 4 on the middle one, 5 on the last one. Now, once you click over to this page, it'll save. And then once I hit refresh, you can see that that H1 is the biggest, boldest header. Then you have H2 is a little bit smaller. H3 is a little bit smaller than that. H4 is smaller than that. And H5 is the smallest you can go.
Huh. Okay.
All right. Now, cool. Let's kind of make our website a little bit more. Let's make it a little bit more interesting. So if you go to your internet, maybe click on the plus sign and make a new tab. Let me close all this. We want to learn how to add a picture to our web page. So let's go ahead and type add a image to HTML. Add an image to HTML. You hit enter. It should take you to Google or whatever your default search engine is. And then we want to scroll down until we see, we got 10 minutes left. And it's going to kick us out. But this is cool. We got 10 minutes. It should be enough time to do what we need to do because this is the last thing I did on the second day. But you're going to scroll down to you see W3 schools. This is the most reliable, up-to-date information you can find. Click on there. And then let's go all the way down here until you see, I want to go down till I see the one that has in this example and it has width and height 500. Then I want to go ahead and hit copy, Control C to copy that. Are you there?
Yeah.
Control C to copy that. And then we want to go back to our Visual Studio Code. And then let's go under there, hit enter, and then Control V to paste.
Under what?
Under your H5.
Oh.
And then you can, let's go here and just change that to girl.jpg. And the only reason why I'm getting you to change that to girl.jpg is because we're going to go back. We're going to go back here. We're going to go back to the browser. We're going to click try for yourself. And then we're going to right click on here and we're going to save image as. Now, we want to go to desktop and find that folder that we named coding.
Mm-hmm.
And then find practice, I think is what we named it. And we're going to save that as girl. Save that as girl. So we go to desktop, coding, then practice, and save the file name as girl, and we hit save. That's going to download it into our file. Now, when we go back to our editor, you should see that you have now a picture, that same picture of girl there. Did that work for you?
What you did?
Yeah, did that?
I got kind of lost. You went too fast, but that.
Sorry. So
Okay.
You got lost on the saving process?
Yeah, I just copied and pasted, and then I was just like, oh.
Okay, yeah, copy, save it, image as, and then we're gonna go here to desktop, and then we're gonna go to that coding folder that we made, double click on that, go to that practice folder that we made, double click on that, and then we're going to save that picture as just girl.
Oh, okay.
Save that picture as girl and then hit save. Are you with me? Are you with me that far?
Yeah.
Okay, once you hit save, you can go back to your coding browser. You go back to your coding, and then you should see under your practice folder, you'll see girl.jpg.
Gotcha.
And if you click on that, you should see the picture.
Computer's going slow.
That's okay. And you can close that after you. I just wanted you to show you that that was there.
Yeah, it let me do that now.
Okay, now cool. Now go back to your page and hit the refresh button. Now you should have that picture of that girl on your page. You just added your first, you just made your first web page. Now I think that's pretty much all we did on here on this day, on the second day. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys. Now, did you have any questions on your algorithm? Did you have any question on there before we go ahead and end this meeting?
No, I thought it was pretty basic and simple.
Okay.
It's just the internet speed and stuff like that.
Okay. How far did you make it?
to the learning lesson.
Yeah, did you make it past challenges 2?
No, I'm still on there.
Okay, that's fine. I think that's where everyone else is. But that's it for this, Chris. I'm gonna stop recording